Alright, so I'm just gonna come out straight and say that for 2023, honestly, car flipping is not gonna be for a lot of people out there. As a lot of people have noted, this year there has been a lot of changes that's come up in the marketplace that would make it tough for a lot of people that's just starting up. And being a car dealer myself, I can see specifically there's people that this will be good for, and then there's gonna be people that this is not really good for. But at the same time, if this is for you, I want to give you a guide to show you what exact steps that you could take to go and be successful with this thing. Let's get to it. What's up? My name is Jamal from FlippingUniversity. In this channel, I help people that might not have too much mechanical experience go to being experts flipping cars so that they can build a life of freedom. And to back up exactly what I was talking about, there's been a lot of people asking me that exact question, and that's why I even bringing up this video, especially with all the buzz that's been coming up from other car dealers also in the industry, like, oh, is car flipping dead? Is car flipping over? And of course, if people are seeing that from other YouTubers, they're going to be asking me that as well. Like, is car flipping hard for you? Is becoming something that you can't even do anymore? And I will say for this year, it has become a question that should be answered. And I'm just gonna be real with you guys right here, okay? I'm here chilling outside in the hammock. All right, it's just gonna be me and you talking right here like we're best friends. I'm not gonna blow any smoke, okay? So stick with me. Now first, I just wanna get to the point of, yes, just being real, the past couple of years, it was a lot easier to find a car. It was a lot easier to find a good car deal, to be able to just jump onto Facebook or wherever else and then be able to find a good car to just flip, especially pre-COVID. And realistically, you could probably jump into this, not have much money, not have much experience flipping cars, not really know exactly what to do, and still end up being pretty successful in this whole thing. But then, this year specifically, I'm starting to see especially things behind the scenes where I'm going to car dealer auctions and different things like that. I'm starting to see the market is starting to shift up a good amount. Now I'm just going to go over some of the reasons why I could see that too, as to why I could see the market starting to shift, and why I even say it might not be good for probably a good amount of people out there. I'd say even most people out there, car flipping would not really still be for you. Okay, I had to end up moving because this dog, this neighbor's dog, just started barking crazy. I wouldn't be able to even record the video. So I'm going to be over here for now. But anyways, there's a specific time that I see right now where you can still potentially learn car flipping and still be successful with it. Just because of the fact that I do see that the competition is not at the point yet where they basically make it impossible to get into. It's not where every bit of competition out there is so good where they're snagging up literally every car on the road. But at the same time, I will say that this isn't going to be open much longer. It's not going to be that specific opportunity that's going to be open a while longer, just for how things are trending. And having that said too, I have still seen people that's even besides me that are doing well flipping cars, that have been flipping cars from years back and are still doing well today. But at the same time, that's very different from people that are just starting up now, that's just learning the fundamentals, that's just getting the whole practice of the trade together. It's a very different skill set. And I do see literally it's harder than it used to be. Competition and people that's snagging up these cars and different things like that, even going to not only private sale but even dealer auctions, competition is starting to get a lot more fierce. It's starting to be a lot harder to get a good deal for a car. So because of that, I would say in a couple of years, just with how things are going, it might be to the point where if you're just starting up then, it really might be dang near impossible. I won't say impossible, but like to the point where if you're just starting, you're gonna have to really put in some serious work to make it work. Now I just want to jump really quick to who I see car flipping is honestly not for. So me being someone that not only does car flipping and is a car dealer, but I'm also someone that teaches other people how to flip cars as well. There's constantly people that's asking me the same question of, is there a way to basically do car flipping without really doing much work? Like, is there just some magical way to be able to just go online somewhere, and go somewhere and be able to just pull up deals left and right with not only trying to get cars that need no work at all, but also literally putting no work into trying to find that car to begin with? And I just want to say, as the first thing, if you are one of those people that's literally looking to put no work into this whole trade, car flipping is not for you. Seriously, car flipping is not for you. Like, if you want to just have it like that, where you're literally just doing nothing at all and you're just getting paid for it, you could go be a scammer or something like that. You could be one of those scammers on Facebook that everyone ends up seeing. Maybe with that you could just quickly do a little bit of work and then get some crazy payout from it. But realistically, in business and also in life, there's always going to be an easy way where you're going to potentially get some quick results and some quick profits and different things like that from. And then there's going to be the right way, the better way to do things, where you might have to sacrifice a little bit now, but it's going to be a lot better in the long term. So with people asking things like that last question, or even saying things like, oh well, there's literally just no deals that's coming up around me, when I'm really in the same exact area as them, potentially literally in the same town, still snagging up deals left and right, thinking, all right, what are these guys talking about? But realistically, that's another thing. If you can't get past that first beginning part of just getting into car flipping, and you realize that you can't even invest a little bit of time into the whole business to make it work, this is not for you. Or at least the way that I teach it. I can't say for other methods out there, but at least the way that I teach it, where I'm trying to actually build something where I'm doing the right way of flipping cars. You know, I'm actually selling cars to people that I want to sell to myself. I'm not over here clearing codes away and buying junk and trying to sell it to people and not telling them stuff. I'm trying to build a business. It's not just about flipping a quick car and making some quick profit. To me, I want people to be able to buy a car from me, love that car so much to where they'll tell their friends and family to come back to me and buy more cars as well. And a realistic thing too is it's not like it's just me. I know this stuff works because I teach this to other people. And even to mention, there's one of the last students that I had, it was actually a woman that's never flipped a car before, barely works on cars herself, and she really doesn't know much about the whole trade in general, but she just learned the things that I teach and was the same exact way. She wasn't lying to the people that she sold the car to, but she bought a car and sold it fairly quickly and made over $1,500 profit in it. And this is something that she was doing part-time while she was working her full-time job, the same way as I did all those years before. And the realistic thing is, I mean, my wife probably can attest to this, I kind of just come from the concept of you reap what you sow. You know, if you keep putting out some bad stuff and you keep just ripping people off, eventually it's going to come back to you. You might get a quick pass over and make a little bit of money really quick, but eventually your business is going to suffer from it. And that's honestly the unfortunate thing I will say about even being a car dealer. It's like, it's this horrible stigma that we have nowadays because of the fact of people being out there that's so dishonest and that's always trying to just get over on people, to where when someone's buying a car from someone else, regardless if it's from a lot or if it's just another person on Facebook or whatever the case may be, there's always this complete doubt that the person is telling the truth about the car. It shouldn't be like that. But regardless, before I start going on a rant and start going crazy on this camera, I just want to go over to covering the competition that's out now. The thing that I see is, let's say in like 2018, 2019, especially before COVID, things were very easy. Like, it was to the point where, you know, you could just go on Facebook, you could see a really good car deal, and you could pull it up pretty quickly and easy. Like, it wouldn't really take much work to it. And the cars will also go for a lot cheaper prices as well, of course, before all this inflation stuff. Nowadays, if you're doing that same exact strategy that you were doing before, that same car will probably be gone, like, very quickly. That's just how it is. There's a lot more competition out there. There's a lot more people that know about car flipping and know how good it is. And, you know, that's just how it is. You know, if it's where you're doing the same exact thing as you were years ago, it's probably not going to work now. And that's a really big reason why I even say car flipping is not for everyone. Just because a lot of people, they don't want to take that other step. They don't want to be doing other things and learning new things. Right when they see there's a little bit of a pushback, they're like, you know what, car flipping is done, forget about it. And that is most people, realistically. Most people, like probably 80% of the people or 70% of the people out there will be the same type of person to be saying these exact things. But at the same time, these people are also three things. They're lazy, most of them are completely dishonest people, and most of the people don't want to invest in themselves at all in order to grow their future in their business. So what do you have to do to actually be successful with this whole thing? Well, to start off with, you have to be the opposite of those three traits right there. You know, don't be what those unsuccessful people are being. Now, let me get on to the people that car flipping can be for. That smaller percentage of people that actually want to build a serious business with this whole thing and build a lifestyle of it. if you're the person that's still watching to this part of the video and you're like, you know what, I hear what he's saying, but I'm not that person. I'm not that lazy person that he's speaking of. I'm a person that is actually getting excited from the things that he's saying, because you're seeing all the opportunity that car flipping will have going forward. And you know that you're going to be willing to get it done and be willing to actually change up your strategy a little bit to make it work, then you should keep listening. Because as a very standard thing for those people that are still willing to keep moving forward, the very simple thing that I would suggest to you going forward would mainly be to just switch it up. You know, don't be so sturdy in that one track of how you're doing business. If you were going through private sale before primarily and that's it, like only going through Facebook Marketplace and different things like that, try going to auctions instead. You know, try doing Copart, try going to other types of auctions that's out there. If you were the person that was only going to auctions before and now you're seeing that that's starting to come a little bit more competitive as well, start trying private sales, start doing other things. Maybe if anything, you could even learn a new skill that could allow you to buy more cars and have a bigger pool of cars that you can choose from, because you can get those specific jobs done a lot easier. The reality is that there's so many opportunities out there when it comes to flipping cars. It's really impossible for one person in your area to literally be able to steal the whole market between buying from a specific vendor, whether it be Copart or Facebook or going to dealer auctions, whatever the case may be. Like, there's no way that one person could buy that many cars to literally take away all of your inventory. That's impossible. Maybe they could do one of those things really well, but there's always going to be one other avenue out there that you can still snatch up things yourself. And a realistic thing is, of why I even mention this too, is because I'm still seeing more people, not only just from the people that I teach, but even people out there that are getting to the point where they're quitting their jobs and they're doing different things themselves because they're taking this to the next level. So at this point I could see clearly this isn't just a thing that only is working for me in my area. People that's literally in different parts of the world are still making this happen as well. And I gotta say, realistically, I was one of those people. I was one of those car dealers that was still making this work when COVID was going on. You know, those times where chips were shorted out and, you know, there was barely any new cars to go around, so all the car dealers are buying up all the used cars, all the bigger car dealers are going to the auctions buying up the used cars. Like, I was doing this stuff during that time. I was doing these same strategies that I teach people during those times, and it was still working. So of course it's going to keep working now when things still are better compared to what things were back then. Whew, okay, I've been sitting around long enough, but to just go over things really quick, how you can switch up things yourself and how you can be successful with this business, especially long term, is change up your mindset. You know, instead of thinking like a lot of other people out there where you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna be getting over on people and just making a quick buck and moving car to car, making a quick profit. Don't think of it like that. Think about what you can do to build your business, right? Think of it as an overall business that you're building for the future and move from there. With that, that's where you build the right habits. Instead of building habits that basically ends up making you build these bad strategies to get these bad cars and think you could just keep getting over on people. No, build good strategies, learn good things that you can do to get cars the right way and have business just funneling back to you in the future, where it's going to become a lot easier later on. Then at that point, maybe in another couple of months or a year, even if it takes that long, you can be walking into your job, taking off your uniform, throwing it at the boss, saying, I'm done, I'm never seeing you guys again. No, let me stop. You don't got to do all that. But at least put in the 2 weeks. Okay, don't be acting crazy. But really, you stick to it, that, I'm serious, like, that can be you right there. As it was me a couple years ago. And I will say too, if you haven't heard about it yet, I am putting together a live training where I'm going to be teaching how you can generate over $5,000 flipping cars with under 10 hours per week. Yes, still in this economy right here. And I also want to just hear in the comments below how long you've been flipping cars, or if you even started flipping cars yet, or if you're about to now, whatever the case may be. I want to hear from you in the comments below too. But that's everything, guys. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to be alerted when the next video drops, going over way more to help you flip your next car. And that's everything, guys. I'll see you.